This show is brought to you by Directory.com, the safest way to hire a contractor.
And we are back. The last topic today, re-inspections. What do you do if your insurance company say you don't have a damage? Your roofer says you do have a damage. What are the options? Chris, what's your protocol? What do you advise your homeowners to do?
Definitely listen to your roofer. Number one, God knows it. If you wouldn't call for a re-inspection if you truly did not believe that you can validate your reason for being there. At least I believe that's how we work at our company. I mean, Outback Roofing believes that when we go to a contractor meeting with an adjuster, we can validate any and all instances that we need as far as doing the repair. And re-inspections have gotten to be where they're very hard to get good adjusters to come out. Nowadays, you have these ladder assist companies.
Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, do you seen that ladder assist companies tend to be a trend?
Yeah. They're definitely growing. Yes. Would you? My question to you is: would you compare second opinion or readjustments to? You know how when you get pulled over by police, you ask, "Can I talk to your supervisor?"
I don't get pulled over by police. Don't ask my wife that.
But do you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you get that second opinion, second person, a lot of times there's a lot of chemistry, like between adjusters, between the roofers. I feel like in my experience as a contractor, and Chris, you share your experience. In my experience, sometimes adjuster who comes first just jerk for the better word, he would come in like just not in the mood, denies the claim. Second one, night and day experience, see the damage right away, apologizes for the first experience, writes the claim, and you're like, what was that in the first place? So sometimes it just us as people don't connect. Like maybe it's a roofer and the first adjuster, but the second one is different story. Does it happen to you?
Oh, all the time. You know, and one thing that I've done, depending on who the client is, I mean, you have to know who your client is that you're going to be going out here representing. And sometimes you just don't want, no offense to any clients and potential clients that I have, but not everyone is willing to fight for themselves. And, you know, I can go up here and show you the damage, but if you're not going to believe the contractor that's representing you, then you've probably chosen the wrong contractor. And I think that, you know, when we show up, supply the data, provide a very good report. I mean, the number one thing that I see in roofing is roofers are scared to write their own estimates. Why? We are a retail business. I hate to always go back to this. I understand that the insurance world would like to be in control of us, but we are retail industry and contracting.
We should be.
Yeah, absolutely. And
is it a laziness, you think?
100%. Or, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that. That's not always true. I think it's lack of training. I think that contractors do not train their sales reps.
Incompetence.
And they
don't know how to.
Well, here's the thing. They're scared that if they do teach them too much, they'll go out here and start their own roofing company up.
That's true.
I mean, but the reinspection is so important. And I think that when you show up, and especially, you know, miraculously the hell appeared, you know, a week later when we hadn't had any storms because a guy just didn't take the time. I think that's the thing. We don't have adjusters anymore that truly adjust. What we have are individuals that are out here just collecting a paycheck. And to me, you're doing injustice. You do have a license. And I think this whole ladder assist program that's out here has really been a complete disservice to the end consumer. And I know that, you know, you can blame one for reacting to the other, but the insurance companies knew what they did. I mean, during COVID, they gave themselves a lot of leverage by hiding behind a ladder assist company that would go out here and do an inspection. And they sometimes miss the mark. But I also know this, if you're paying out too many claims, you're probably not going to be doing a lot of inspections for an insurance company.
100%. Here's what I want to address here. Just trend of the week. So we have Allstate CEO grilled by, you know, Congress, and I want to bring it up again because for so many years, insurance companies did pretty good job portraying contractors as not trustworthy, greedy. Because you need to understand, when a that adjuster says you don't have a damage, he usually gonna say something about a roofer or a contractor who called you, advised you in the first place that you do have a damage. It's usually start of the conflict, start of the reputational attack. Like, we're good guys, they're bad guys, you don't have a damage, right? But what we see this week and what we've seen many, many times before, there are more insurance fraud committed by insurance companies than by roofers. And I want to really, really put exclamation point on this statement, because nobody commits more insurance fraud than insurance companies.
First of all, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not going to agree to. I cannot. What is it? I cannot give an opinion on this one right here. I believe that there is a lot of people that have taken advantage of homeowners.
100%.
And I think it goes back to the insurance company. And I go over here to the contractor that I feel has tried to combat what they've been given from the insurance company. So it's always a cat and mouse game. I mean, this is what insurance has become, cat and mouse. I mean, I don't know. When I was a kid, I remember my insurance agent from my family would come in and sit down with us and go, "Oh, and by the way, here's your insurance policy. And you've got a $500 deductible. Oh, and we've got your life insurance policy. We're like a good neighbor. This insurance company is here, I don't see that. Now I see it. We're just a number. And unfortunately, our industry has become just a number. And we're not just numbers. You know what? We still are a retail industry that's here to protect the consumers. And, re-inspections are necessary. I wish we didn't have to continue to do this. And, as long as we're documenting as contractors for the consumer, a lot of people think that we're doing this for our paycheck. We have to live with ourselves when we install a roof. And if I put a roof on that I know the insurance company is going to fail, and I put a roof on a deck board that we know cannot support it, then at the end of the day, I'm a bigger crook than the insurance company at that point, because now I've lined myself with profit and not looking at the consumer. And I think that's where we have to go back to. The consumer deserves to be protected. They pay a lot of money for insurance, and these re-inspections are necessary. And if they weren't necessary, then, I don't believe contractors would waste time, because we waste. You think that we're getting a supplement. If you look at how much money and time goes into trying to pry $10 or $50 out on a pipe jack boot that was missed. And I mean, over time, we're arguing for hours over something that costs $10.
Absolutely. Usually I hear about 3 re-inspections. Is there a rule how many re-inspections you can get? You get denied first time, usually second or third. I've done many 3, when the roof got approved on the 3rd re-inspection. And it's frustrating with more, but is there more than 3 re-inspections?
I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Usually it's probably after 3rd when you get like lawyer involved or someone.
I don't let it get that far.
Yeah.
For me, my time is more important spending to help consumers and not try to be an attorney. I will literally look at the homeowner and say, I would love to work for you. And unfortunately, you're in a position that your insurance company is not going to do the right thing. At that point, I think it's just best to say, hey, these are associations at public adjuster firms that you should probably look into. They have attorneys. Go look at the Texas Department of Insurance. I mean, go protect yourself. I mean, I'm a homeowner first. I mean, I do own a home. I do take myself away from being just a contractor and understand that, if I was in their position, I would like to at least know that I've got a place that I could go and ask for help. And I think that attorneys are great. And I think that public adjusters are great. And, now we have this appraisal network that's out here now. I mean, there's so many ways that you can go about protecting yourself. And I think the consumers just have to start relying on contractors that give them good advice and they know who to use.
Do you recommend homeowner always ask the roofers to be present?
I always do. I think that's always a good thing, unless, of course, you've met an adjuster and you know that regardless of what happens, he's blind to the fact he doesn't know what hell is. If I see a guy that I know just does not recognize what hell looks like, I don't waste my time.
Do you see a big problem with vandalism in Texas? Is it growing?
Years ago, I would get calls from insurance companies saying, "Hey, can you go out here and tell me what's happened to this roof? We believe somebody's damaged it." I haven't seen that. I mean, in my areas, I would be very careful because I work in areas that are very luxury homes. I work with a lot of people, and then again, I work with people that are reliable. And so, if you just let somebody up on your roof you don't know, well, good luck with that one. I don't have a door knocking entity. That's not my business model. I'm 100% referral based business, and I have nothing against those that do go door knock. We all started someplace. I think that's a different business model than what I have. And, I think you just be the best guy and give the best advice, then I think your consumers will respect you. And I think that in the end, there's always a way to find common ground.
Absolutely. Well, great insights from Chris from Texas today. And we're going to wrap up the show. I highly recommend you get second opinion if your roofer convinced you that you do have a damage. Good roofer will show you pictures, documentation. It's not just going to be his opinion. It will be backed up by facts, by numbers. Do get second inspection, third inspection. If you need my help, you can text me. If you're watching on YouTube, all my information is in comments and in description. And I'll see you next Saturday.